Good afternoon, Federationists and friends. I want to welcome all of you to the 8th Annual National Federation of the Blind of Kentucky Technology Assistance Division Symposium. This year, we made a concerted effort to have a theme of inclusion. And by the time that we're finished with this program today, we hope that each of you will have left with a feeling of inclusion. Without further ado, I want to introduce our Mistress of Ceremonies, Ms. Sandra Williams.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Todd. I would like to welcome all of you, no matter where you might be on this extraordinarily gorgeous fall morning. Before we get started with our symposium, let's hear a word from our sponsor, NFB Newsline, your source for news anywhere and everywhere.
Introducing NFB Newsline Registered, the audio reading service for the print impaired. NFB Newsline Registered is a state-sponsored audio reading service developed, implemented and monitored by the National Federation of the Blind. This service has over 500 publications consisting of local, state, national and international newspapers, more than 50 award-winning magazines, and a state information channel providing community activities, events, and resources. NFB Newsline Registered also has detailed weather alerts, TV listings sponsored by Zaptuit as well as job listings from Career Builder and usajobs.gov. NFB Newsline Registered is a free service and is available 24/7 for those who qualify under a print impairment. Qualifying print impairments are classified as visual, fine motor skills, and certain cognitive disabilities preventing potential subscribers from reading a conventional newspaper. There are 4 methods for interfacing with the NFB Newsline Registered audio reading service: touch-tone telephone, iOS app, iPhone or iPad, Internet, and smart speaker using the Alexa personal assistant. Stay tuned to hear more about NFB Newsline Registered. For more information, please visit our website in Kentucky at www.nfbnewsline-ky.org or call us at toll-free 877-410-4008.
Before we get started with our first speaker, we have some other business to take care of. This is our first Anywhere and Everywhere virtual convention, but we want to have some of the traditions that conventions have always had. One of those is door prizes. Throughout this symposium, there will be an opportunity for you to win a door prize. If you've attended a national convention, you probably remember Door Prize Diane. Well, we don't have a Door Prize Diane in Kentucky. We have our very own Door Prize Diva. So we are going to introduce now Miss Cindy Smith, our Kentucky Door Prize Diva, to tell you all about how you can win this first door prize. Good luck.
Cindy, can you step up to your microphone and announce our first winner?
I don't see her in the list, Todd.
Well, it sounds like this is our first technical error, but we will make the best of it. That's why there was a team of door prize extraordinaires. So now I'm going to introduce to you Todd Stevens. He will be our door prize debonair to tell you how you can win this door prize.
Keep talking, Sandra. I am not quite ready, but what I can tell you is that the first door prize is a $25 Amazon gift card. And let me, you keep talking. I'm going to draw that name. Just 1 second.
It's not often that people give me permission to keep talking, so I'm going to take advantage of it to give you some more information. If today you have questions that you would like to ask, you may do that in the chat box at the time you enter your question, they will be answered periodically. So feel free to use your chat box. Are you ready, Todd?
Not quite. Keep talking, Sandra.
Wow, twice in one morning, permission to keep talking. We've really worked hard on this symposium for all of you, and there's so much information that we have to share with you. So I hope that no matter where you are around this country, that you will find it beneficial.
Sandra, hold on for just a second. Phil, can you mute me, please? And then send me an invite in 1 minute.
Technology is a beautiful thing when it works. Well, as Todd said a little bit earlier, that the first door prize is $25. Anyone who has registered for the symposium will be eligible to win the $25.
Sandra, I am ready.
Oh, Todd
I
tells me he is
apologize
ready.
for the hold up here. Our first winner is Aaron Deans. And the code word is technology seminar. And what I need Aaron to do is mail that code word to me at NFBK door prize at gmail.com. And you must do that within the next 10 minutes. The code word again is NFBK door prize, PRIZE, at gmail.com. Technology seminar is the code word, Aaron.
Congratulations, Aaron. Please call or text in the next 10 minutes so that you can claim your prize. We will have 3 more door prizes throughout the symposium, as well as our grand prize at the very end. So stick around. It could be you. The first speaker on our agenda today is Mr. Joe Hodge. Joe has presented at our symposiums for the past 3 years. Joe is a wealth of knowledge about all things APH. That's American Printing House for the Blind, of those of you who do not know that. So I am going to introduce Mr. Joe Hodge. He is going to talk to us this morning about some new products that APH is featuring. One of them I'm very excited to hear about. It is an inexpensively priced braille note taker. Good morning, Joe, and take it away.
All right. Good morning, everybody. So this is a little different because normally we're at the hotel and get to hear everybody talking and can show everybody get their hands on the products. But today we're going to do it a little differently. I'm going to talk to you about our 2 new braille displays and an app using the braille display that I think you guys will all enjoy. So let's start at the kind of in the beginning here, who I am. So as Sandra kind of stated, I work at APH. My name is Joseph Hodge. I've been at APH 4 years in January. So we're getting old. And I do quality assurance. So I do a lot of testing on the software and hardware that APH does. So the first thing I'm excited to talk to you about is actually something I'm using right now. So I'm using the Mantis, which is our new braille display. So I have it connected to my iMac here in our back here in my office / guest room. Since COVID, it's now my office. But so basically, what this is, it's a 40-cell braille display, and it is a QWERTY keyboard. So what I like about this is I can use this on any platform. So earlier in the day, I had it hooked to my Windows laptop in our little living room area. And then I brought it back here for the Zoom meeting on the Mac platform. And I didn't have to do anything special. I just plugged it in through USB-C. It also has Bluetooth. and we're good to go. So it's very versatile. So this is in partnership with HumanWare. APH released the Mantis, I believe, back in June or July. So it is for sale now. And I'm going to kind of go through the main menu and talk about some of the features of it. We also have the Chameleon, which is our 20-cell braille display. So it's a little bit more portable. I actually used it for an NFB presentation over the summer at the National Convention. And the question we always get with the Chameleon, is it pocketable? And the answer is yes. So I was actually preparing for our meeting, and I couldn't find it. I had a sort of a blind moment. I'm totally blind. And I was like feeling around on my table. I couldn't see it. And lo and behold, it was in my pocket, and it felt sort of like a cell phone being in there. And so I panicked for about 20 minutes for nothing. But anyway, they both have the same software. That's kind of why I bring it up now. So if you look at the main menu of the devices, it's going to be similar. So there's really no difference. The hardware is a little different as far as the feel. So I'm going to explain the Mantis first, and then the Chameleon second. So the Mantis is a QWERTY keyboard. So you have the normal QWERTY style options, and the buttons feel really good. They're very good to type on. It's not mechanical, but you got good travel and feedback. There are bumps on the function keys at the top. So we have a bump on the 4, 8, and 12. So if you're doing like your JAWS commands or voiceover commands, it's very easy to find those function keys quickly. So on the front of the device, you have on the outside 2 panning keys, thumb keys, and then on the inside you have 2 thumb keys that move the cells or move the display forward by the count of cells. So on this one, since it's a 40-cell display, you'd be moving ahead by 40. In the middle is a round circle button, and I'm going to come back to that. It's called the home button. I'm going to come back to that once we start looking at the software. And on the left-hand side, we have a USB-A port that you can plug a thumb drive in to access files. We have a power button, and we have a USB-C port for charging. And on the back, we have a SD card slot. Now the Chameleon has all pretty much the same thing. So the Chameleon is a Perkins-style keyboard. You have a USB-A jack on the left-hand side, the power button, and a USB-C charging port. On the back, you still have the same SD card slot. The only difference the Chameleon has that the Mantis doesn't have is it actually does have an earphone jack and 2 volume keys. Now, at this current moment, we're not supporting audio, but in our next software release, hopefully by the end of the year, we're planning to support audio such as text-to-speech and the possibly doing some things with audiobooks. So it's exciting to see that. So let's go ahead and get to the main menu. So once I power on the device, you can navigate the menus by multiple of ways. So I'm going to focus on the Mantis today because that's the device I'm actually using. The Chameleon is very similar, except you can use the corded commands that we're all familiar with Braille keyboards. So when I'm on the main menu, it starts off being on the editor. So this actually has a note taker. So I'm going to call it sort of a note taker light. I work with Greg Stilson a lot, and he mentioned that I'm going to steal his phrase. So this is not necessarily in the same league as like a Braille note as far as functionality as a note taker. But what it does allow you to do is allows you to make text files. It allows you to save a file and look at it on the computer. And you can also then open files from, like doc files, docx files from a computer on this device. The only caveat is if you do, just saying this up front, if you do look at a docx file from the computer on this device and you save it, it does save it as a text file. So you do lose some of the formatting when you go look at it back over on a PC. So the next menu item, and you can get to the menu items simply by hitting the down arrow key or by using the thumb key on the outside to go forward and back. So I'm just going down. So I see a terminal, and this is basically where you can connect to a USB connection, and then a Bluetooth. So we allow for 5 Bluetooth connections and 1 USB connection. And then moving on down, we have a library. So this is sort of your book shelf, if you will. So in here, you can access things such as NFB Newsline, which you guys just mentioned earlier, and Bookshare. So we have support for both. So if you subscribe to NFB Newsline, for example, you can actually read your paper on here every day. Now, pre-COVID, when I was traveling a lot, I would actually set up my Chameleon, since it's more portable, and I would read the papers going into work every day on my lap, and I didn't have to have my iPhone tied in. I wasn't, connected to anything else. It was just me reading on the Braille display. It was actually really awesome. It kind of reminded me of hearing people talk about having a Kindle back in the day, when people would kind of do that. So it was neat to be able to keep up on the news that way. So in the library as well, we support BRF, BRL, DAISY. So we do have commands where you can jump by headings, by page number, etc. I'm just kind of glossing over this. So going back to the main menu, the next menu down is File Manager. So this is sort of like a computer. So you can actually copy, cut, mark files. You can move them to the SD card or to the USB drive if you maybe created something locally. So this does have 16 gig of storage. So there's a lot of storage here for books and content, especially since it's not really doing media right now. You could really have a lot of storage for your files. Then we have a calculator, and it's a basic calculator. And then we have a date and time, so you can see the date and time. And then we have the settings, and then we have the online services. Online services are where you configure your NFB Newsline account or Bookshare account. And then the final thing, we have the user guide on the device. So I want to talk about one thing here that we have as well. So we have a feature where if say you're learning Braille. So since COVID, I listen to my wife teach Braille at the McDowell Center pretty much every day. And I have kind of grown to really appreciate this feature. So if you're learning Braille, this device offers onboard translation. So let's say you're reading a document in the library or the editor, and you know grade 1, but you don't know all of grade 2. But you're like, I'm gonna try to put this on grade 2. So you can quickly toggle the Braille grades. So like right now mine's set on UEB grade 2. If I hit Control-Alt-G on this on the Mantis here, it actually goes and toggles it to computer Braille. So now if I read the file that I was reading, instead of it being in grade 2 UEB, now it's in computer Braille. And if I hit Control-G again, we go to uncontracted UEB. So the nice thing is, if you're actually kind of learning Braille and you don't know the whole code at this point, and you kind of struggle at a short form and you're not sure what it is, you can do that toggle, read it, and then toggle it right back. So I'm going to hit Control-G one more time, just because I want to go back to contracted. And now I'm back to contracted Braille. It's as simple as that. So I want to, I'm going to segue here into showing one of the things I think that is so nice about this device is multitasking. So one thing that you can do is you can actually use this with an iOS device, Mac, Windows. It's very simple. So as you heard me talk about using the home key earlier, I kind of mentioned I'd come back to it. So if I go into terminal, I see USB connection. And if I hit down, I see Bluetooth connections. If I hit down again, I see add Bluetooth connection. So one of the nice things is it sort of causes a little bit of a pain point with iOS 13. iOS 14 has gotten a lot better, but we are using a new technology as far as the HID standard. So basically, I'm going to put this in simpler terms. So in the old, all Braille displays sort of connect through a USB cable, and you had to configure it with JAWS and with each screen reader to find the driver, or maybe you had to install drivers. So it's very complicated, especially like if let's say you're deafblind, or if you're just not a technological person. It was very hard to sometimes connect your Braille display and use it. So what happened is Microsoft, Apple, and I believe Google, I don't want to not give credit to somebody who was there, but the big technology conglomerates got together and they designed a new HID standard. So basically what they wanted to do is make this plug and play. Now, in doing so with the Mantis, we actually are supporting that new standard. And because it's a QWERTY keyboard, it it actually presented a few challenges that hadn't gotten thought of because they were designing it from a Perkins standpoint. So it was the 6-key entry. So it was a little bit of a struggle at first, but we've kind of, with Apple, we've got it all settled down. Windows support is coming later with the new HID standard when they start supporting it. So I'm excited to report with 14, you're going to have a better experience if you have one or if you're thinking about getting one. So what we can do here, though, is if I were to go into USB connection, I'm going to actually get back into USB connection so I can see my Mac keyboard. And I'm going to, hopefully this will work. I'm going to try to share my computer sound and see if this works here. Okay, I'm not allowed to share my screen, looks like. So what we can do is I can just kind of tell you how this would work. So what would happen here is, so I'm actually controlling my Mac from the Mantis. So all I had to do is go into terminal, and I have it connected through USB. On the Mac right now, we're not supporting Bluetooth. We're only supporting USB-C at this very second. Hopefully with Mac Big Sur, they're going to fix some of these Bluetooth issues that I was kind of talking about with the new HID standard. So I would suspect, I've been testing on the beta with Big Sur and it's getting better, but I think soon we'll be working on the Mac through Bluetooth. But anyway, so I got it connected to, awesome, thank you. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen real quick here. There we go. Let me get in here. Okay, share computer sound. There we go. All right, so now I gotta.
My personal meeting ID. Start. Copy invitation. Edit. Show meeting invitation. Show meeting invitation. Edit. Copy invitation. Move focus to next window. Zoom share toolbar window. System dialog. Mute. Audio. Stop video. Video submenu. Audio submenu.
If somebody could chat and just let me know if they can hear voiceover. So what we got is we are. I'm actually using my Mantis and I'm controlling, and I can see in Braille what VoiceOver is putting out, as well as I can control it normally, like I would be just using a Mac keyboard. So this is really awesome. I use this every day. So if I hit the home key right now, I'm actually in Zoom, so you're not going to hear this, but I'm going to hit the home key twice. So now I'm back to the editor. So I can actually type a note and I can say, "It is great to be with you all today." Now I'm going to hit the home key. So I'm back to my editor. I wrote that note in my editor, and then I'm going to hit down to terminal, and I'm going to hit enter on USB connection, and I'm going to hit the just make
stop video. Audio submenu.
So now I'm actually controlling my computer again with this Mantis. So as you could tell, like going in to write a quick note and then getting back to what I was doing is so convenient. Same thing with Bluetooth devices. So if I hit the home button here, I'm back to USB connection. I can just hit down and go to Bluetooth, and then I have my iPhone here. I can hit enter on this, and I would actually be connecting to my iPhone. I have it on Do Not Disturb right now, and it's in a different room, just to keep distraction at a minimum. So unfortunately, I'm not going to show multi-device connection. But what I do want to show is this is actually designed as a keyboard. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up Text Edit on the Mac here.
Finder, desktop, Airflow. Applications, Team Viewer application. July, Text Edit application. Open selection.
There we go.
Text Edit, open window, new, untitled window.
So now I'm going to actually turn off VoiceOver.
VoiceOver off.
Now I'm just going to write, "Hi, my name is Joe." Now I'm going to turn on VoiceOver.
VoiceOver on Text Edit, untitled window, ruler. Insertion at end of text. Hi, my name, quick nav off. Hi, my name is Joe.
And you can actually hear, and now I can read what I wrote. But why I do that is because a lot of people think that it's just a Braille display, but this can actually be used as just your keyboard as well. So that's the kind of the beauty of this device is it can be whatever you want it to be. So with the Mac here, I can actually now read in Braille and I have mine set to grade 2. So I can read, hi, my name is Joe. There really is no contractions there. Actually, there is for name. But
Finder, application.
So this is really nice. And I have to say, it's still very portable. So even though this is 40 cells and it's a QWERTY keyboard, the thing is that a lot of times we got asked at conventions and stuff, because you guys can't put your hands on this. I can't wait till we can be in person again and you guys can actually hold this device. But this is still very portable. So it can actually go right where my MacBook Pro goes. It can go in a backpack. It's actually very light. So I'm sort of holding it up now in front of my screen, but I would say it's very, I don't have the dimensions in front of me, but I'd say it's probably around 1.5 pounds. So it's not very heavy at all. I'm going to transition over here to show an app, and then we're going to come back and end with the braille displays a little bit here.
Text edit. So Zoom.us, Safari.
One
home.
of the apps that we have done, focusing on education at APH, we've worked on Talking Typer. A lot of you guys may be familiar with that app. So Talking Typer was originally a Windows app. I think it was released in like 2000. And it's still for sale and we still sell it. And there's functionality that I'm going to show you that Windows app still has that we don't have online, but we have a online version of Typer that works across platforms. So it works on Android, it works on iOS, it works on Windows and Mac. And so Larry Skukon, who retired this year, so I got the pleasure of working with him the last few years, had an idea that, we really should be developing, instead of making an app for Android, an app for iOS, an app for Windows, and an app for Mac, we should literally be supporting the web, and we should make web apps and follow the screen reader standards and really kind of get screen readers to follow standards of some sort. So that's what we kind of did here with Typer, and it has been a bit of a challenge. We've had ups and downs with this thing, but it is out, and I'm really happy with it. I think it offers a good alternative for people who are, I think newly blind, and we just added Braille support. So I'm excited to see this with deafblind users as well, because that's something that the old Talking Typer did not have. It did not have Braille support. So the iOS version that we have, you can still buy. It's $4.99 in the App Store. That also has some functionality that this one doesn't have. So you can be an administrator as a teacher, and you can do some things. You have a little bit more power. This is kind of the one I'm going to show you here online is basically you kind of just type and do the lessons. And we're going to be adding functionality hopefully over the years and make it more powerful. The address for this is just typer.aphtech.org. So that's typer.aphtech.org. So when you go here,
user guide, about, lessons,
you're going to see this homepage. So we have
Typer, lessons,
we have lessons,
user guide,
about,
end of banner,
and that's it. So I'm going to go back to lessons.
Lessons, press, lessons, list lessons, 25 items.
Now,
home keys for the left hand.
Up here, I'm going to go to the top of the
5 of
page.
6. Main, lessons,
Okay.
main.
There we go.
List recent results, 5 recent results.
So
words, 3
up
of 6.
here we have
Words per minute.
recent results, because I've been playing this morning and
Errors, 5 of 6.
doing some things. So
Percent accuracy, end of list, lessons.
I'm going to keep going down.
List lessons, 25 items. Home keys for the left hand. Group
So
1 of
here
25.
we have kind of your normal typing lessons. So we have home row keys for the left hand.
Home keys for the left hand. Home keys for the left hand. End of. Home keys for the right hand. Group 2
Home
of
keys for the
25.
right hand. So it's kind of your standard Talking Typer lessons. So I'm going to go back into the left hand.
End of. Home keys for the left hand.
I'm going to press my control option space here, voice over space.
Press home keys for the left hand. Web dialog, beginning with your little finger. Place the fingers of your left hand on A, S, D.
So this is really fast, but I'm going to show you, because I'm using my speech here, but I'm going to show you something. So what it was going to do there is read off the instructions, but we actually have kind of figured out with different screen readers, we had issues where basically screen readers would say different things. So for example, they might say brackets differently. So JAWS might say right bracket, left bracket, the voiceover says something else. So what we did is we kind of put human narration in the old familiar Talking Typer voice.
Voice unchecked.
So I'm going to check voice here.
Check voice
Beginning
checkbox.
with your little finger, place the fingers of your left hand on A, S, D, and F. Use your right thumb to press the spacebar after each word or set of letters.
So now you heard it read the instructions that VoiceOver would have read me. Now, at this point, you would hit enter to start. I'm going to actually turn off VoiceOver because well, actually, I'm going to leave it on. I'm going to mute it, though. I'm going to mute VoiceOver.
Screen curtain on.
Whoop, sorry.
Screen curtain off.
I did the wrong thing. There we go.
VoiceOver muted.
All right, so now I'm going to hit enter. So why I muted VoiceOver is because I actually want Braille support, and I'm going to describe what I'm seeing on the screen here when I do this, and what we came up with. Because I really like it. I think those who read Braille and maybe want to start learning how to type on a QWERTY, or maybe are newly blind, I think it's exciting. So I'm going to press enter, and hold on 1 second.
VoiceOver unmuted. End of web voice unchecked. Beginning with voice unchecked. Check voice check.
With your little finger,
place the fingers of your left hand.
place the fingers of your left hand.
A, S, D,
Okay,
F.
so we got ASDF. So what I see, and you're going to hear it because I'm not going to type anything, it's going to repeat every about 20 seconds. But what's happening on my Braille display is it's actually showing ASDF. The cursor is blinking under A. So I'm going to type A. And what happens is, since I got VoiceOver off, it actually moves the cursor to under S. So as I type, so I just typed S, and now the cursor blinks under D. So that way, if you're maybe deafblind or if you're lost, you get lost in, because as this gets harder, you're actually doing phrases and sentences, and maybe you just don't know how to spell something. So you could reach down here and go, okay, that's how you spell it, and you could go on. So I'm going to hit DF.
A, S, D, F.
So you heard the bell. That means I got it right. I'm going to get one wrong here, so I'm just going to type a J.
A, S, D, F.
So you kind of heard a little buzz, and then it repeats what I'm supposed to type.
A, S, D, F.
So I'm going to type that in.
F, D, S, A.
So that is kind of, I'm going to hit escape here, and I'm going to turn back on VoiceOver, because obviously now that we're out of that menu, we don't have any sort of voice going on.
VoiceOver off.
I just muted.
VoiceOver on.
Sorry. I forgot that I did that.
VoiceOver unmuted.
There we go. Okay.
Lessons. Typer.
So
Finder. Application. Text edit. Zoom.us. Zoom.us. Zoom share toolbar window. System dialog. Mute.
Sound here real quick.
Zoom meeting. Window. Ask to unmute. Ask to unmute button. Finish. Zoom meeting. Finish. Act button. Finish. Act button. Send button. Audio is muted. Sandra Williams. Off button. Send sheets. Currently unmuted. Button.
Okay. Sorry about that. When I did that, Zoom went crazy. So I had to share my computer sound. But what I wanted to show there, though, is how Typer works, and kind of give you a quick demonstration of how easy this is. And doing this all on the Mantis keyboard was great. So with the Mantis keyboard and the Mac, I can hit things like Control Option K, and you can go in and you can do the Keyboard Explorer and kind of hear what the buttons do. Just to give you the only difference, so people kind of ask how the keyboard looks as far as the QWERTY as far as the bottom keys. So you have Control, then you have Function, and then you have Option, and then you have Command. That's on the Mac side. If you plug this into a Windows computer, you have Control, you have Function, you have Windows, and you have Alt. There is on the right-hand side, you can actually hold down Function and the right Control, basically what it would be, and that'll actually do like your context menu. So there is a shortcut for that on the Windows side. And this does also come with a nylon case in the box, the Mantis does. The Chameleon actually has 3 skins that it comes with, sort of in a nylon case. So you actually, part of the allure of the Chameleon is it was sort of designed for the educational kid in mind, and that the kid could sort of choose the color that they're wanting to dress up their Chameleon with, so to speak. So we have like pomegranate, and I think there's a tangerine. There's 3 colors. There's a purple, tangerine, and a pomegranate maybe. And you can basically choose whatever you're kind of feeling like that day. You could put that color case on your Chameleon. So the Chameleon, for me, the thing I've learned about with COVID is, I always kind of struggle with, am I a 40 cell user or am I a 20 cell user? And it really just depends on what I'm doing. So, as I said, kind of pre-COVID, the Chameleon was my favorite device because I was traveling a lot. I just didn't have a lot of room for the 40 like on a bus seat. And, I just found myself using the Chameleon more. But as we've been home, there's nothing more satisfying than, grabbing this Mantis and, kicking back in the lazy boy and reading NFB Newsline or a Bookshare book. So it's really nice. So that kind of is where we are with APH. We have some other exciting things going on. We are working on a lot, so we have a few things coming in beta. As we talked about last year, we had Code Jumper there, so you guys were able to kind of hear that. That's actually for sale now. We are working on a whole coding sort of line. So we have this device that I really like. It's really basic. I can't even like really demo it because it's so it's sort of unique. It's called Code and Go Mouse. And basically what it is you have a mouse and you put these little blocks down, sort of like they're sort of square tactile blocks. And the mouse has on his back forward, back, left, right, and then action. And you basically set these little sort of walls up. There are like loops that you can put up. So you have a card that you follow. So there's 20 different lessons with this. And you will follow the instructions on the card. So it might say, put a wall up on, in between squares 1 and 2. And then it might have another, the next direction might be put a wall up on 3 and 4. And then you have to steer the mouse in between the wall without hitting the wall. And he basically looks, you put a piece of cheese at the end and his nose will hit the cheese and it'll make noise. It's really cool. It's probably, it's kind of designed for, they made fun of me when I was testing this, but it's designed for a 7-year-old. And I got to like the 20th exercise and I couldn't figure it out, I'll be honest. And I basically just picked up the mouse and made him touch the cheese and he, made the noise and I was like, I did it. So it was a lot of fun to test that, but we are having this whole line of coding. So one of the apps I was going to talk to you about is called CodeQuest, and it's a free app on the iPad. And so basically CodeQuest it's not anything to do necessarily with coding. It's sort of entry level. But what I like about CodeQuest is if you're learning iOS or a touchscreen for the first time, or you're still kind of struggling with it, it teaches you spatial awareness and it teaches you how to sort of drag your finger. So a lot of times with iOS, we flick and we don't really learn the screen real estate. With CodeQuest, what happens is it's a game, and the idea is you're an astronaut and you're trying to get to your ship. And so the first level is basically where it's just moving right 5 times. So you would press right 5 times on the directional pad on the bottom of the screen, and then hit go, and he's going to walk 5 and it'll make a little sound. But the idea is basically you're feeling the screen where you are and then where your spaceship is, and you're just getting your guy there. And there are, again, walls and blocks there as well, kind of like the Code to Go mouse I was just talking about. So there becomes more and more challenges as time goes on. That is free. So that's called CodeQuest, and it's in the App Store now. And as far as things, I think that's about it. We're always looking for feedback. If you have any questions, or if you want to ask me something personally, feel free to drop in the chat here, but also I'm going to give you my email address. I want to do that because if you guys ever have just any question, or maybe have an idea of something that you thought of and maybe want us to push further, we're always looking for those, and I can kind of point you in the right direction or get you in the right place. My email address is J as in Juliet, and then Hodge, which is HOD as in Delta, G as in Golf, E as in Echo, at aph.org. So again, that's jhodge@aph.org. And feel free to ask me anything about the Chameleon and Mantis. It's possible, we can, hopefully at some point get together soon, and, I can bring it somewhere and you guys can see it, or if you just have specific questions or that I didn't cover here, feel free to ask. So wrapping this up here, I really love the ability on this Mantis to be able to use it as a normal keyboard as well as a braille display. And the Chameleon is really nice. It's a 20 cell braille display, and I really like it because it's portable. If you had to like if you said which one would you choose, it would be very hard for me. I'm glad I get to play with both and use both on a daily basis. But if I had to choose one, I think for my needs, this is of course, given if the world were to go back to the way it was before COVID, I'd still probably take the Chameleon just because I travel a lot and it's nice to have. But the Mantis is, using this like today, going between my two computers, just plugging it in or using Bluetooth on Windows, it really is nice just to have one keyboard that feels the same across the whole thing. So, and the braille on these it's Humanware braille cells. So if you've kind of ever felt a braille display from Humanware, it's very crisp. It feels good, and I think they, working with them has been fun, and I think we have a good product that everybody will love. And we do have an email list as well. So if you go to aph.org/Mantis, there's information there. The Mantis and Chameleon have the same listserv. So you can actually learn about both by subscribing and just asking questions. And I'm on that list as well as other APH employees. So feel free to ask anything you'd like. I don't hear any questions coming in. So if there are any, I'll stick around for a little bit, but if there are any questions I can answer, feel free to ask or just shoot me an email. It's been a pleasure just being here today. Todd, everybody does a great job. I really enjoyed coming to these. So thanks. And I can't wait to hear everybody else today.
Thank you so much, Joe, for that interesting as well as informative presentation. Every time I listen to Joe present to us, it causes me to put more and more things on my wish list. So I see now that I have something else to add to that list. Changing gears a little bit, have you ever wondered where in the cabinet you've placed those chili beans? Or what color your socks are? Or maybe it's just navigating an aisle in a supermarket. Well, this next service just might be for you. Let's listen to see how Aira can help.
Okay, first thing I want to do here is, this is a Thomas Kincaid calendar and has a painting on the front.
Yes, sir.
And I wanted you to give me a describe the painting.
Okay, this is a painting of what appears to be an older farmhouse on a kind of an overcast day. As far as the sky, I see no straight sun, but you can see part of the blue skies covered with some white, gray, and black clouds. It's almost as if a storm is coming in from your right side. Where the drive, I should call it a drive, up to the house is a winding road with, it's almost like two wagon tracks with grass and flowers growing in the middle. It winds down a little hill, crosses something at the bottom, possibly a creek up the other side, and goes by the farmhouse. So this could actually be an old wagon road passing the home. The home itself is on the right, about 2/3 of the picture up, set off on the left, I should say, up on a little hill. It's getting later in the day, so I can see lights through the windows and through the front door. You can't see a lot of description from this distance. I do see a small porch off to the right, maybe a little setting porch. Just to the right of the house, there's a windmill that's up, so they're probably pumping their own water up with that. I see I see two chimneys on the house. Neither are pumping smoke out, so it's not an exceptionally cold day. Some of the trees, I see green leaves on it. Some of the trees I see starting to turn brown, so it must be just coming into autumn. There are little blisters of red and purple and yellow flowers scattered out through the grass. That's
Okay.
Possibly I see another house on the next hill. That's about as much of the description as I can get from it.
That's great. Let's move on to something else here. Something that people lots of times get is cards in the mail, you know, like this was a birthday card I just got. And would you describe it for me?
Oh, wow. Yes, sir. The card itself is shaped, you must have turned 65.
I did.
Yep, well, there's a 6 and a 5 on, not only on the front of the card, but the edges of the card are shaped so the left side is curved on the back side of the 6. The right side of the card is curved onto the front side of the 5. The 6 is in gold and yellow with some sparkly lines to outline the little sections. You've got a checkerboard section and a few blue and black, almost like stained glass colors rolling in together on the 6. The background on the 5 is more of a grayish color. You have some blue diamonds up at the top, and the background on the both of them is kind of a salmon pink with a little bit of dark pink lines running left to right in it. It's a very pretty card.
Thank you. And then on the inside, let me see here. Can you see the writing on that?
I can, if you would give me just a moment, sir.
Can you take a picture?
Well, actually, I normally do. I don't think I'm going to have to on this one.
That's cool.
Your birthday marks a new year of you, one that will add even more color and depth to the wonderful person you are. Celebrate well. And it is not hand signed that I see.
Okay. But now, here's a card here we've already looked at, but I think this one is hand signed, isn't it?
It is, sir.
Okay.
That one I will, if you don't mind. I'm going to take a quick photo of that.
Okay.
Taking a picture.
As you know,
Ellipsis.
Photographs will bring out the
yeah.
clearness a little better for me. The printed part says, wishing you all the best things a birthday can bring. And it's a light blue. It's almost a reflective blue, the color that it is.
Mm.
And the bottom, the handwritten part says, happy birthday, Bill. We wish you a safe and healthy year. Love, Tom and Kathy.
Oh, great. And then another thing here is a box of brownie mix.
Oh, yes, sir.
Can you see the instructions on how to fix that?
Yes, sir. It is the right side of the box, but the box is upside down.
Ah,
So if you
okay.
rotate it
How's that?
for me. Wonderful, sir. I'm going to get a quick photo of that if that's okay.
That's fine.
Taking a picture. Ellipsis.
Get you started on making some brownies.
There we go.
Baking instructions. All right, you need 2/3 of a cup of oil, 1/4 cup water, and 2 eggs. Set oven to 350 for a metal or glass pan. For a dark coated pan, set oven to 325. Coat bottom of pan with no stick cooking spray. We recommend using looks like Crisco oil and non-stick cooking spray. Stir brownie mix, oil, water, and eggs in bowl until blended about 50 strokes. Spread into pan. Bake at 350 for metal or glass pan. For dark coated pan, bake at 325. Cut and serve when completely cooled. Store loosely covered.
Okay.
And then you have a couple of pan size, depending on what size you'd like to use.
Okay.
To make thicker or the thickest brownies.
Now, one thing too, this might be junk mail, but you all also help people read mail, right?
Yes, sir.
And what's this say right here?
If you could move your camera a little bit away from you to
Like that?
reflection on. Thank you. Yes, sir. That is from Fifth Third Bank.
Okay.
Taking a picture. Ellipsis.
And I'll have to take a picture, excuse me, to make sure who it's addressed to. And it's sent to William.
All right. So then I would be able to know whether that's something I want to keep or not.
Yes, sir. And if you had a question about it, you could always open it, and we'd be glad to go over the mail for you. Or with you.
Okay. Now, I don't know how well you can see this suit right here. First of all, I have two suits. One's black and one's dark blue, and I can't usually tell which is which. So can you see that one?
Yes, sir. And if you don't mind, I'm going to turn the light on your camera.
That's fine.
That is a black suit.
Okay, and can you tell me now, since I have a guide dog and sometimes I have problems with getting dog hair on the suit, so I wouldn't want to wear that out if it does have.
I was going to let you know, sir, yep, your dog has done some shedding on it.
Okay, great. So that would need to go to dry cleaners. All right. Let me see. Do we have anything else here to do? I think one thing, since she's here, could you describe her color?
Oh my, it's kind of a medium, light to medium golden overall color. I do see some specks of white here and there. Oh, she knows what we're talking about.
Yeah.
A little white on the front left paw. I see a little bit of graying in the face, so my guess is she's a few years old.
Yeah. Okay.
It's mostly what I would call it's an older version of a golden blonde.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much, and hey, you did a great job.
Thank you, sir. I hope so. I will help all I can.
All right.
We're here for here for anything you need.
Okay, great. Well, thank you.
Thank you, Bill, for letting me hang out with you for a little bit.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Let's get their phone number too. Is 1-800-835-1934. And usually after the call, you rate the person.
Selected. Comment multi-line text field. Text field.
And I will rate him later. But he did a great job. And so again, numbers 1-800-835-1934 for any other questions about Aira.
Hi everyone, I'm Angela Henderson, and today we are going to discuss one of my personal favorite topics, shopping. So I have recently started using Aira while grocery shopping for my family. Now, some of you may be wondering, what exactly is Aira? Aira is a company that provides real-time audio description for pretty much anything you need. So, for example, things I have used Aira for in my personal life so far have been to read directions on the back of packages while cooking, to read mail, or to locate a bus stop. Recently, Aira paired up with Target, Walmart, and Walgreens to provide free locations for shoppers. So what happens is you download the Aira app to your phone, and you can then call a Aira agent, and they can help you locate items or read packages or navigate the store while you are shopping, making it easier to shop for your items. You don't have to rely on a friend or a family member or even hiring a personal shopper. So it's a pretty cool experience. I had decided to check this out and see how it worked for myself. So the video you're going to see next is of me shopping. Let's check it out and see how it went.
Hello.
Aira, this is Daniel. I see you're at the Target in Newport.
Yes, sir, I am. I need to get some items for my son. So I need to get some diapers, some pacifiers, and some sleepers.
Okay, so it looks like you're in the diaper section here. I see Target brand.
Okay, before we get started, I just wanted to let you know that I am doing a demonstration on how to use Aira. So is it okay with you if your voice is recorded?
Sure, no problem.
Okay, just wanted to let you know that. Thank you very much. I appreciate your help. So you said I'm already in the diaper aisle, correct?
Correct. On the right-hand side, I see Target brand diapers.
Okay, I'm looking for Huggies.
Wow. Aira can definitely make life more easy. If you all are enjoying this so far, all of these videos have transcripts. If you would like a transcript of anything that you are seeing today, send your email to the chat box and one will be sent to you. Now, it's time to hear once again from our sponsor, NFB Newsline, where your anywhere and everywhere news is at your fingertips.
Hi, I'm Todd Stevens, and I'm the state coordinator for NFB Newsline Kentucky. And today I want to provide a demonstration for you on how a brand new subscriber can access the NFB Newsline audio reading service for the print impaired using their touch-tone telephone. Every new subscriber to the NFB Newsline audio reading service receives a welcome letter from the National Federation of the Blind, and in that letter are three very important numbers. The first number is the local call-in number, which is geographically assigned. If there is not a number available in the geographic calling area, then that subscriber will be issued a toll-free number. The next number is the identification number, which is a 6-digit number. And the last number is a security number, which is a 4-digit number. Now I'm going to use the 10-digit call-in number that was assigned to me to dial into the service, and I'm going to do that right now. And I'm waiting for the connection.
Welcome to NFB Newsline.
Para continuar en español, aprieta 2.
NFB Newsline is provided by the National Federation of the Blind along with state sponsors. To log in as Mr. Stevens, press 1. To log in as Mrs. Stevens, press 2. To log in as a different subscriber, press 0.
I'm going to log in as a different or new subscriber, so I'll press 0 on my telephone keypad.
To log in, please enter your 6-digit identification number or press the pound key to hear how to become an NFB Newsline subscriber.
I'm going to enter my 6-digit number.
Please enter your security code.
I'm going to enter my 4-digit security code.
Welcome, Mr. Stevens. Please select from the following options. Main menu. To read national channels and NFB Newsline information, press 1. To read your state information channel, press 2. To read newspapers in your state, press 3. To enter your favorites list, press 4. To read newspapers in a different state, press 5. To read local store circulars, press 6. To read magazines, press 7. For TV listings, press 8. For job listings, press 9. For subscribers control panel, including mobile phone number lookup and speech control, press 0. Main menu.
So I'm going to access newspapers in my state, so I'm going to press 3 on the keypad.
Please select from the following contain options. To select the Kentucky Radio I Live stream, press 1. To select the Associated Press Kentucky, press 2. To select the Bench and Bar, press 3. To select the Bowling Green Daily News, press 4. To select the Cat's Paws, press 5. To select the Corbin Times Tribune, press 6. For the end of the list, press 7. To hear this list again, press 8. For the next 6 items, press 9.
I want the next 6 items, so I'll press 9.
To select the Kentucky New Era, press 1. To select the Lexington Herald Leader, press 2. To select the Louisville Courier Journal, press 3. To select the Maysville Ledger Independent, press 4. To select the Owensboro Messenger Inquirer, press 5. To select the Paducah Sun, press 6. For the previous 6 items, press 7. To hear this list again, press 8.
I want the Lexington Herald Leader, so I'll press 2.
Please select from the following available issues. For the Lexington Herald Leader dated Wednesday, February 22nd, 2017, press 1. For the Lexington Herald Leader dated Tuesday, February 21st, 2017, press 2. For the Lexington Herald Leader dated Sunday, February 19th, 2017, press 3. For the end of the list, press 7. To hear this list again, press 8.
I want the most current edition, so I will press 1 on my telephone keypad.
Please select from the following sections or press 99 for continuous reading. Baseball, press 10. Basketball, press 11. Books, press 12. Business, press 13. Celebrities, press 14. X-Cats, press 15. Family, press 16. Fashion, press 17. Fayette County, press 18. Gaming and technology.
I want business, so I will press 13.
On football, press 21. In business. There are 48 articles in this section. Article 1. Processing your request. A newlywed doctor in New Hampshire has been reunited with his wife, an Iranian citizen who successfully traveled to the United States after President Donald Trump's executive order held up their plans. Dr. Omid Mogimi, a U.S. citizen who works at Dartmouth-Hitchcock Medical Center, said a visa interview for his wife was canceled after the order took effect last month, barring travelers from 7 Muslim-majority countries, including Iran, from entering.
If I want to move to the next article without listening to all of the content, I would press 3 on my telephone keypad. So I'm going to go ahead and do that.
The couple married in 2015 and went through months of paperwork. Her to be Article 2. Americans shrugged off rising mortgage rates and bought existing homes in January at the fastest pace since 2007. Home sales rose 3.3% in January from December to a seasonally adjusted annual rate of 5.69 million. The National Association.
If I want to back out of an article, I just press the star key on my telephone keypad, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to press the star key until I hear main menu.
Potential buyers may be accepting their. Please select following. Main menu. To read national channels and NFB Newsline information, press 1. To read your state information channel, press 2. To read newspapers in your state, press 3. To enter your favorite list, press 4. To read newspapers in a different state, press 5.
I want to read newspapers in a different state, so I'm going to press 5.
Press 8. Listings. Please select from the following regions. To select breaking news online, press 1. To select national newspapers, press 2. To select Spanish, press 3. To select magazines, press 4. To select national meetings of interest to the print disabled, press 5. To select international.
I want breaking news, so I'm going to press 1.
Again, press 8. For the next 6 items, press 9. Please select from the following content options. To select the ABC News, press 1. To select the Android Central, press 2. To select the Apple Insider, press 3. To select the BBC, press 4. To select the Bloomberg, press 5. To select the Business Insider, press 6. For the end of the list, press 7.
I want the Business Insider, so I'll press 6.
Please select from the following available issues. For the Business Insider dated Wednesday, February 22nd, 2017, press 1. For the Business Insider dated Tuesday, February 21st, 2017, press 2. For the end of the list, press 7. To hear this list again, press 8.
I want the most current edition, so I'm going to press 1.
Please select from the following sections or press 99 for continuous reading. Advertising, press 10. By general contributors, press 11. Business Insider, press 12. Entertainment, press 13. Finance, press 14.
I want entertainment, so I'll press 13.
Press 16. Markets contributors, press 15. In entertainment, there are 2 articles in this section. Article 1. Bill Mayer takes credit for conservative firebrand Milo Yiannopoulos downfall. You're welcome. Jeff Broniga dog. Bill Mayer left and Milo Yiannopoulos.
I'm going to advance to the next article because I don't want to listen to all of the content in this article, so I'm going to press 3.
Right-wing journalist's recent downfall. Article 2. The 12 worst movies to ever win Oscars. Sandra Bullock in The Blind Side. Warner Brothers, the Oscars rule over the movie industry. But over the years, some stinkers get nominated and some stinkers actually manage to get a win. Movie trends come and go, and while they
I'm going to go back to the main menu by pressing the star key, and I'm going to conclude this demonstration by accessing my state information channel, and that is number 2 on the telephone keypad.
movies put Oscars. Please select the following. Please select the following. Please select from the following content option. To select. Please select from the following regions. Select Greek. Main menu. To read national channels and NFB Newsline information, press 1. To read your state's information channel, press 2. To read newspapers in your state.
I'm pressing 2 right now, States Information Channel.
Please select from the following content options. To select the local weather for Ashland, Kentucky, press 1. To select the sponsored reading, press 2. To select the Kentucky elections and legislation, press 3. To select the Kentucky Information Channel, press 4. To select the Lex Trans schedules, press 5. To select the NFB Newsline News, press 6. For the end of the list, press 7. To hear this list again, press 8. For the next.
Let's check the local weather in Ashland by pressing number 1 on the keypad.
To select. In a Q weather forecast, there are 11 articles in a section. Article 1, current conditions. It is currently daylight at 11:55 a.m. Conditions are cloudy with a temperature of 58 degrees Fahrenheit and humidity of 84%. Winds are south at 4 miles per hour with gusts to 5 miles per hour. Wind chill is 58 degrees Fahrenheit with a real feel of 56 degrees Fahrenheit. Visibility is 4 miles and cloud cover is 96%. Barometric pressure is 29.93 inches and steady.
As you can see, you get a pretty detailed weather forecast by AccuCheck. This concludes my demonstration on how a new subscriber can dial in and access the NFB Newsline audio reading service. If you have any questions, please feel free to call Todd Stevens. You can reach him at toll-free 877-410-4008. Thank you.
It's time for another door prize. So I am going to introduce to you our door prize duo to tell you all about it. Good luck.
It appears that our duo is not a duo today. Actually, I'm recruiting a second person. Cindy is having some technical problems, so I've asked Laura to help me to draw the second name. Can you dig down deep in that prize bag, Laura, and pull out someone?
All right, I will do it. Here you go.
All right. It appears that our second door prize winner, and that would be a $25 Amazon e-gift card, is Chris Ziegler. Chris, if you would email me at NFBK doorprize@gmail.com, and your code word today is American Printing House for the Blind. Chris Ziegler, American Printing House for the Blind is your code word, and you need to email me at NFBK doorprize@gmail.com, and you must do so within the next 10 minutes. Thank you.